Hi there. How are you doing? I hope you are well. As I always say, I hope you are in high spirits. My name is MJ. Welcome to my Creative Intuition Tarot. So today I am inviting you to reading and numerology and intuitive messages for the beautiful date that we have today, April 22nd, 2022. Just a few weeks ago, I uploaded a video of reading and numerology messages for April 4th portal. So I don't want to repeat myself today. There is obviously a huge resemblance between the dates. So I encourage you to go back and check the previous video out. But there are some additional messages that came through today, and I decided to share them with you. If you watch both of those videos, I hope that you will find the comprehensive message inspiring. Okay. So with that being said, let's get straight to it. First, I will give you the numerology and intuitive messages. Then we will pull out tarot card or cards and an oracle card. For today, I chose the secret language of light. And we will read the messages from the books, including tarot. Let's invite the authors of those decks into the reading and see how their messages resonate with us and what they bring additionally to the intuitive messages that I am sharing with you. And last but not least, the Fool that you can see on the table is related to the May energy that we are moving towards. And I also encourage you to check out the reading, the general collective reading for May, and the Shadows reading as well that I just uploaded yesterday. You will understand more why the Fool is on the table, but in short, we are moving towards a powerful month where May is almost like the portal of opportunity is opening up for us to really cross the gate and leave the past previous cycle behind and move into the new. Okay. And that energy of the Fool is still very strong. I didn't even remove the deck, put it back in its place. It's still on the table, face up. It's like the Fool is still speaking. That's why it's on the table, because I feel it's impacting today's messages strongly as well. So with that introduction, let's move into the messages, starting with numerology and those intuitive messages that I have for you. So April 22nd, 2022, it ushers in some powerful, beautiful energy and is really all about inspiring us about all that is to come, including those new beginnings and the powerful transformative month of May. May is the 5th month and 5 is number of changes. 5 will play a huge role in today's reading as well. So moving forward, it brings a lesson that we don't have to choose between, the past and the future, because within the present moment is really where all that we need already exists. And I have been speaking about here and now in many recent readings as well. As we approach the first eclipse of this year in about, I think, a week, the urgency for change and those new chapters start to motivate us forward even more. And again, those new chapters, right, with the Fool, I do encourage you to check out the May general reading for the collective. With that Fool energy, May is all about those new chapters and those transitions, okay? To move forward, we often have to leave something or someone behind. And while this is a natural part of the growth process, it obviously may be uncomfortable, okay? It may even to some extent be painful, definitely can be challenging. But we must realize, and that is also a message of today's date, that we must realize that the dynamics of our relationships, our career, our life in general, they need to transform to allow us to move forward, right? Change is the only certain thing in this life, and it's inevitable. So if we look at life as continually evolving, we will also understand that we have an amazing opportunity to grow and evolve with it, with life. Okay? So trust that nothing is ever really lost if we leave something behind, or someone, whatever that is. It probably just played its role and is no longer serving us or needed, right? Allow yourself to grow. That is a very strong message today. Even if it seems far beyond what you think is possible, just allow yourself to grow. And the May Shadows reading was also about allowing ourselves to be happy. I am worthy of being happy. I am worthy to grow and expand, okay? And that's where number 5 comes into play. So April 22nd, 2022, summing up to 14 which goes down to 5. And that is the Hierophant card in the tarot. And as I said, 5 is number of change. It has many meanings, obviously many vibrations, but change is the primary that comes up today. With the energy of the Hierophant combined, that is the advocacy of learning and commitment to continuous self-development. What I just mentioned above, evolving with life. And change is a big part of that process, right? The Hierophant is a messenger between the earthly and divine or heavenly, however you want to call it, and an energy that is bridging the gap between those two worlds. He brings an opportunity to like enter the intersection of heaven and earth. And also when it comes to learning and evolving, understanding, coming to greater understanding on all levels, not only traditional education, but spiritual as well. The change the Hierophant encourages is to embark on a deeply spiritual quest of growth. And isn't that amazing? Isn't that one of the best adventures we can have in life? Is like a quest, a journey of growth. And just imagine like a never-ending story of happiness and growth. And yes, there will be challenges, but they help us grow. Where there is discomfort, there's typically growth. And leaving the comfort zone is where we enter the growth area. Okay? But that's obviously my opinion. I see things that way. Some people may not agree. They may see benefits of staying in the comfort zone. Well, I think that when we leave comfort zone, that's where we go into the growth process. Number 5, if in this particular moment today, in this reading, carries primarily those energies of change and the need for greater personal freedom, following our individualism, our authenticity. That again, where the Fool comes into play, marching to the beat of our own drum. There's a growing need for progress, travel, adventure, and even with the last 2 years of the pandemic, they have been tough when it comes to traveling and being really free, right? So with the Fool's trumpet, and I also said that in the May general reading, there's some kind of announcement, but also for many of us, it's a return to society to some extent, where we go back to work, we spend more time outside, and generally we become more sociable and looking for that contact rather than avoiding it. There's a need to continue learning the life lessons through experience, but with that attitude of evolving with life. However, the difference is that this time, and that's where the Fool and this trumpet comes in, we set our boundaries firmly, and this time we are more vocal about them. And hence with that social contact, we look for like-minded or like-hearted people, or preferably both, or like on all levels. We want to share the energy in a circle that is healthy, inspiring, fun, and also supportive of our growth process rather than hindering it. And that is a beautiful energy because it means that we want to cultivate our energy wisely and not spend it on people, places, tasks, projects, energies that are not worth it, that are not part of our growth, are not supporting us becoming better in whatever area of life and just in general. So that's where we're headed, and that's the adventure spirit of the Fool and that newness that we are really shifting on all levels, and I really like that. I'm really happy for everyone who really is on that journey, because there's a lot to look forward to. Okay, so with that, let's do some tarot and oracle reading. I know we're up on 9 minutes already, but I think really the messages are so worth conveying that I hope that you enjoyed the messages so far. Let's see, what do we have from the tarot deck for today. Well, not only for today, right? As we move forward, really many cards, but I wanted one, and this one was the first one. Let's go with it, and we'll see how we are with time, and we'll take it forward if needed. 8 of Swords. That is very interesting, because that is a card of primarily of being like stuck, not being able to move forward. So let's read the message from the guidebook before I give you my intuitive messages. Let's see what it tells us, what it points us to, what it wants us to be aware of. Eight of Swords. There's something very frightening about a magician, especially when he's using 8 swords to stop a very basic box containing his assistant. Is the woman at all scared, even though she knows very well how the trick is done? Is she worrying that maybe something will go wrong and one of the swords will hurt her? Is she feeling the same suspense as the crowd that's watching her? The Eight of Swords looks worse than it is. The primary message of this card is that you're feeling trapped by self-doubt and fear. You're feeling mentally bound. The secret to overcoming this card is realizing that no one is restraining you but yourself. The minute you see this, you've taken the first step toward your own freedom. Personal freedom, that's what I was talking about today. The Eight of Swords also reminds you of the many options you have when faced with a seemingly hopeless situation, especially when you feel like you have none. When you're paralyzed by confusion, use the time to reflect and open your eyes to see things for how they really are, not how you perceive them. So see, when I said to move forward, we often, or almost every time, we have to make changes, leave something, leave someone behind. In order to move forward, there needs to be actual movement, taking that step that needs to be initiated by us, right? But what primarily is holding us back from often taking that leap of faith, being the risk taker that full encourages us to do, is what exactly this card says: self-doubt and fear, created primarily by our human mind space, right, represented by the swords. So this card is telling us, don't let fear hold you back, and self-doubt. See, the whole message from today was to be committed to continuous self-development, right? So we need to accept there may be challenges, there may be failures. Sometimes we may fall down, and then we should just simply get up, dust ourselves off, and move forward. Only by doing this and embarking on that journey, we grow, we learn, we gather experiences. So we need to accept that there may be things that will not go as we imagined. It will not be a path of constant success and victory. It is a path of learning. But when we don't embark on that journey just because of fear, self-doubt, fear of failure, and that's where the May Shadows reading comes back, we close ourselves to that possibility of growing, of gathering new experiences, meeting new people. I hope that makes sense. I don't want to spend too much time because I think I pretty much very briefly explained the messages that this card brought. And it's really, really very close to that Shadows reading, so I do encourage you to go back and check this video out as well. Let's see what the secret language of light wants to share with us, and we will close this out. Soul name, number 1, and number 1 is always a new beginning. We have the Fool with number 0, and now we have the soul name with number 1. Let's see. And it even brings that portal energy, right? In the center. A portal that is inviting us to go to the other side and enter that place of light, right? The May reading, time to cross the gate. Unlock the mysteries of your soul. You are or about to receive the name of your soul. Your soul name acts as a link between your inner and outer world, enabling you to merge authentic wisdom into your everyday experiences and create a life from your heart. You placed your soul name in your heart before you were born. As you explore your inner world and open your heart, you will discover the name of your beautiful essence. You are ready to awaken your heart and know its absolute fullness. You are safe to discover, connect, and receive. All your dreams and desires will be realized with an open heart. ask for and be open to receiving the name of your soul. It may arrive in a way you don't expect, but when it comes, you will know it is authentic by the way it feels. Liberate your heart and soul. You are worth it. Personal freedom, right? That is exactly beautifully supplements the message from today's reading and from numerology. Personal freedom on all levels, including the heart and the soul, and it says you are worth it. And also what I got from this is your soul name acts as a link between your inner and outer worlds, and I said the Hierophant is that messenger or energy bridging the gap between those worlds. And as the gap is bridged, we are able to get to know or receive the name of our soul. Okay, it may sound very metaphorically, but it just feels with deep understanding. The moment we know this name, we know what our soul's song is. It's almost coming to realization of the meaning and sense and purpose of our life. So that is huge, and that is definitely a new beginning, with living with a lot greater awareness, understanding, and that sense of purpose. And I'll leave it there. So I hope that you enjoyed. This is a beautiful reading. We are heading towards, really, I said in April readings, it's one of the most powerful months of this year, and May is even more intense and powerful. So please take care of yourself. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I warmly invite you to subscribe, leave a like, comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you soon. Bye.